What's up, real MVPs? Ricky Widmer here, and welcome into another edition. I should say another, no, I'm going to redo that. Not another edition. I'm used to fucking games live.
As part of the hat's crooked. It's partially crooked because the other part's not fucking holding it down.
All right.
That's a whole fucking disaster.
Part 2. What's up, real MVPs? Ricky Widmer here, and welcome into a video here on MVP Entertainment, where we talk about movies, TV shows, gaming. We got all your entertainment news covered, and I am here with my co-host for this video, Soapy Muffins. Soapy, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I love how this is almost like our version of like the anonymous witness. Like Soapy's in witness protection program. We don't want you to see his face. You could just hear his voice. However, we're not going to make y'all sound deep like they do on those crime documentaries and stuff like that.
Or what was that one show that was on Adult Swim that was about the guy?
Oh, I was thinking
on Adult Swim, the one that it was like about the guy witness protection program, just trying to live his best life, but they always had him with the voice changer.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember
like the
that
Classified
one.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I never watched that one. I don't
know. Someone out there probably has watched it.
Like I'm thinking when I watched Adult Swim, it was like the Drawn Together was Comedy Central. It was like when I got out, it was like when Moral Oral and stuff like that was becoming a big thing. But we are not here to talk about Moral Oral. We are not here to talk about Adult Swim. We are here to talk about Elden Ring. Before we get into everything, though, join the Discord, hit that sub button, that notification button, if you want to stay in tune to what we're doing, if you want to join our Discord to get in on these conversations that we have with the MVP Army. Also, if you want to support us, Patreon and channel member links are down below. But Soapy, we're talking about Elden Ring today as the trailer. I will put the link in the description if you have not seen it already. There was a trailer, a gameplay trailer that came out, about 19 minutes of Elden Ring footage. Originally, I'm going to throw him under the bus, Soapy. Dave Oster was supposed to be on this video with us. He actually brought up the idea for this video. He was like, hey, we should go ahead and do a video for Elden Ring. I was like, great, that'd be a great idea. You're excited about it. Soapy's excited about it. It's interesting to me. Like, I've never played a Demon Souls game or what is it, Dead Souls? Is it Demon Souls? Dark Souls. That's what I was saying. Dark Souls game.
Demon Souls and Dark Souls are essentially the same. Bloodborne is also the other one.
That's the other one, Bloodborne. But like I'm kind of like that interested to where I don't really know what I'm gonna expect from it. But the trailer looked bomb. We saw some great stuff in it. I want to start with you first because you've played the Dark Souls games. You're more of an expert in that kind of a realm than I am. I will ask you this. What were your thoughts of the trailer and how much more hyped did this make you for 2022?
So going into it, obviously beforehand, even referencing an old thing we did on Games Live, I did mention that we'd get Elden Ring news this year, and lo and behold, I was right. There is that. But I've always been really excited for it, mostly because George R. R. Martin is a person that I really respect as a writer. A lot of people talk about with Game of Thrones, if you read the books are really good. The show, when they had the source material, was a good show. He's a really good writer. He always writes out really well thought out stories, and that's something that Dark Souls has always really prided itself on. With Dark Souls, it doesn't just hit you over the head with the story. They don't, explain every single thing to you. You piece the world together. Sorry for the hat jiggling. I don't realize why it's jiggling so much, but it really is jiggling.
Whenever you move, it shakes a little bit.
I mean, it's shaking and I'm not even moving.
I mean, it's your own. It's kind of like titties. They do the same thing. You move a little bit, they jiggle. Demonetized.
It's time to make only hats.
Only hats.
So, yeah. It's I feel like this is a really good pairing of people who are able to write stories. The fact of as well, the original crew is there as well. I think at that point they kind of found the good middle ground. And in the trailer, we kind of see some of the creatures that they're showing, and they seem to fit into the world that Dark Souls has kind of presented.
You mean we see a Beyblade? That's what we see.
Okay, no, that's the final thing we see.
We see a goddamn Beyblading monster that's like, I'm just going to swing a dragon head at you and an axe at you, and I'm going to roly-poly-oly all my way over to you.
Yeah, but I mean, even like before that part, though, like when we see like the knight was on the back of the horse, like, that looks like a Dark Souls villain.
Yeah.
We see as well, like when they're in the castle already, when they're up in the rafters, you see that weird creature walking around at the bottom. That looks like a Dark Souls creature.
Yeah.
Like, it fits into the world that basically From Software has really built themselves into. I think it's From Software, unless I sound like a fucking idiot. Basically, the Dark Souls team has really built themselves into. And it's the fact that they're continuing with that aesthetic. It's something that a lot of other companies don't do. Like, they try to almost add, like, these eldritch horror creatures, but then you look at it and it's just like, no, like, these just feel like a ripoff of something else. With creature design that we've seen so far, like, when they're walking through the woods, those two creatures got an audible, like, what the fuck is that thing for me?
Yeah, and you are right. It is From Software.
Okay. To wipe the hat off there, I was sweating through it. Yeah, like that was the main thing that I took away from it. Was I'm really happy to see they're continuing with the aesthetic design that was from the Souls game, because Souls games and Bloodborne, I think, stand out so much in gaming because besides the fact that the gameplay is hard, it's the fact of they have such a visually aesthetic, pleasing sort of this to them, because like even pointed out, the game is beautiful. Like, looking at it, like, mind you, that's pre, like, them finishing everything with the game.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful, and it's not even the finished product. Now, granted, is it probably going to look that beautiful on launch? Maybe.
I mean, it
sometimes,
may.
Trailers kind of spruce it up.
Also, is it going to look better on next-gen consoles than it does on, let's say, a PS4? Like, that, too, is going to go into it. Or is it only going to be on next-gen?
I think it's only on next gen.
Okay. So I'm going to have to get a PS5 to play it. Great. Because I can't find any of those out there.
Or a PC. Or a PC.
You know me, man. I'm not a PC gamer. I played WoW. That was my PC gaming. My PC gaming was World of Warcraft. You can take a venture
into this by throwing keyboards across the room, because this is a Dark Souls game, and it's going to
good point. Like,
be a challenge.
So, like, that's another thing, too. Like, for me, on my sense, like, and you can talk about, like, oh, this feels like the world that From Software has set up for itself. And, like, when you say, like, oh, these are the monsters that you would see in a Dark Souls game, I know a reference to that because, like, I've watched, like, Andy Cortez from Kinda Funny play Dark Souls when he streams. Even though I've not played it, I'm like, okay, I kind of know what the monsters are like. For me, it was more of, like, the more, like, first thing, and I said this to you, and actually, I'll leave that one as my last one. The first one, I was like, the map is going to be huge, which intrigues me because I think of games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like those kind of games to where it's like, give me that big open world, give me that map. Oh man, I feel like I'm going to have to sneeze really quick. Let me get rid of it. Yeah, this is really entertaining for the video. Oh man, I felt like I was going to have to sneeze.
I'll shake the hat a little bit more.
But oh man, I like the open worldness. I love the big map that they presented. Now, the one thing I don't know if I'm going to get into personally is the whole thing when they're like, well, you could put this marker here for, oh, there's an enemy here or there's crafting things here. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to get so micromanagey to where it's like, I'm going to go ahead and mark up my entire map. But like, okay, I'm intrigued on this big world. It looks absolutely beautiful. And the thing I mentioned to you, and I don't know if this goes into a Dark Souls game, but this is something I like from games in general, of like, you mentioned that big night boss that we saw on the horse. The thing I loved about it is this game seems like it's going to be a game where when you run into something like that, if you do out in like the open world, you're going to know fairly quickly, okay, is this a boss or is this just some random mobs? Because The games I hate is when it's like, oh, this just looks like some random mob. It's going to be no problem. Oh, he fucked me up. That's a boss. I should stay away from him. Where this looked like, hey, you're going to know very clearly that this is a boss and not just some regular peon that you can basically slash boom and defeat in 2 seconds.
And that was one of the things they were priding it off of, is that there's random bosses that'll spawn around the map. Mm-hmm. For instance, the dragon we see in the trailer is probably one of them. Unless the dragon's going to be little baby pushovers in this game, which if they are, goddamn. If the Beyblade's anything that taught me anything, I'm not looking forward to it.
That's going to be a big disappointment if, like, you run into a dragon like that, and it's just like, well, that was no problem. The trailer made it seem a lot worse than it was.
And to be fair, Dark Souls bosses, there are some that are just really easy to beat.
Yeah.
For instance, there's one huge-ass boss you can fight in Dark Souls 1 named the Gaping Dragon. That thing is literally the easiest boss in the game. Oh, don't worry. See, you laugh at it now because, you know, gaping and you're a child.
Yeah, I'm a child.
Literally, the Dark Souls community called it a vagina dragon.
Right up my alley. Right up my alley.
You fit exactly into the community.
Oh, right up my alley.
All you gotta do is just beat the fucking dead horse of Solaire being a dad.
I was gonna be like, beat what? I might do that enough. Beat what?
No, you just gotta beat the dead jokes about Solaire into the ground. Being the son, bro.
Good point.
What are you doing, son, bro?
But like,
no, but I mean, like, that's the main thing with it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the thing. I don't think that it's gonna be like a pushover. I'm just mostly saying that of like, it was interesting that it's one of the first things we saw in the trailer. Mm-hmm. Mind you, dragons in every other Dark Souls game have been a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Like, because in Dark Souls 1, it was basically the everlasting dragons ruled the world. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I bring up Dark Souls a lot. This game is aesthetically the same as Dark Souls.
Yeah, but like you said, it's not in the same... Like, it's not in the same universe. It's its own story, but like, it looks very much like a Dark Souls game.
You can tell it's a Souls game.
Yeah, it's a Souls game, basically. It's like the same...
I think it has literally the exact same aesthetic as 3. You can look at Dark Souls 3, then look at like the armor and stuff that we've already seen.
Yeah.
In Elden Ring, it's the same fucking thing. Mm-hmm. Like, you can tell it's the same design, same art style. But yeah, like, you know, I like the fact that they're adding more mini bosses into it. Mm-hmm. That was one of my problems with, you know, Dark Souls 3. Of like, yeah, there's a lot of optional bosses, but like, a lot of them don't really do anything.
Yeah.
For instance, there's like a boss in Dark Souls 3 known as the Curse Rotten Greatwood. Literally never have to fight that thing.
Just avoid it every time.
I mean, no, the only reason you don't avoid it is it can give you strong items, but you have to fucking kill the boss for it.
Yeah. So it's almost like it feels like in order to get said reward, I have to waste my time. Like, and that's the thing, like I mentioned to you, where you were like, you had said while we were watching a trailer, you had already watched it about 5 times at this point. I was watching it for the first time. You had mentioned that you do not think I am going to like this game. And I had mentioned to where it's like, well, yeah, if it's something where like these boss combats feel rewarding and feel like, okay, I actually need skill rather than like, okay, you're just going through gimmicky kind of tactics to waste. Like, the thing I hate about games is when they confuse difficulty with just making things longer. To where it's like, oh no, this wasn't hard. You just made it so long to where it seemed like it was hard. And it wasn't hard, you just wasted my time.
Yeah, and Dark Souls doesn't have those. It's weird. Mm-hmm. Some Dark Souls bosses have like a gimmick to them.
Yeah.
For instance, once again, I'll just use Dark Souls 3 for example, because it's the most recent one I played. Olnir has it that you can literally kill him in technically, like, in 3 hits. In technicality.
Yeah.
I'm doing the air quotes with it because the fact that he has like rings on his arm that you have to break. If you break each one, it lowers his health down 1/3 of the time. Mm-hmm. But for instance, you know, if you don't do that, he's a fucking hard as shit boss. He takes forever.
Yeah.
For instance, like, they have a gimmick with like Yorm the Giant, where Yorm literally gives you a sword to kill him. The only thing is, it's a pain in the ass to fucking hit Yorm because he won't leave you the fuck alone to use it.
Hey, here's a sword. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to let you use it. Ever.
Because if you don't use the sword to kill Yorm, he has the most health in the game. Like, by far. Nothing comes close to him.
Yeah.
where it's like a 5-minute fight, it's going to take you an hour.
Mm-hmm. How long have they come out and said how long the game's going to approximately be? Or are we just left to like think that it's going to be like a month long of gameplay? It's going to be like a million Last of Us 3s or 2s.
No, because I'm letting you know this right now. The fastest Dark Souls speedruns are under an hour.
Okay.
The game is not going to be long.
But it's going to be all the extra shit you can do.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing of where... That's the main thing that I'm curious of, is how much, like, side content do they have?
Yeah.
Because that's one of the major things of, like, and is it going to feel rewarding to do? Like, if I could just speed run through the game without doing any of the side content, am I going to feel like I missed out on something?
Yeah.
That's one of the major things with Dark Souls that I've always kind of had, like, as like a critical thing of, like, the side content doesn't feel worth it half the time.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I didn't play Dark Souls 2 that much, because I'm not a fan of it. I'm not, like, a person who's like, Dark Souls 2's garbage. I'm not one of those fucking people. I just didn't care for it myself.
Yeah.
But, like, for instance, with Dark Souls 1, I didn't feel like doing a lot of the side content was fine.
Mm-hmm.
There's, like, 6 or 7 bosses in total that you have to kill.
Yeah.
There's, like, 15 bosses in the game. There's more than half of them I don't have to actually fight.
Yeah.
Or then at that point, it just doesn't feel like it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it feels like what happens is just over and over again of like, oh, well, would you look at that? All of a sudden, now I just have a fucking boss that players aren't going to want to fight because there's no reason to fight them. That's my main concern that I always have.
Gotta make things
with
rewarding.
The mini-bosses. I think that's what they're going to do with the mini-bosses, at least, is that they are going to have it to where, like, that's how they solve the problem that Dark Souls has always had.
Yeah.
Like, you design a whole area for a mini-boss, and then just the mini-boss is either a pushover, or it's just not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think they're just going to sprinkle them around. They're just going to be like, fuck, a dragon looks like it fits there.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that's the thing, that this game is not going to... I don't think it's going to be a perfect game. Like, obviously, every game has flaws. It's just, what are those flaws? How big or little are they? And, like, the thing that I brought up to you is, like, I know that this game, you mentioned, I think it comes out January, February, is what you said. One of those two. That's what we're thinking. Is this game going to be a solid contender for Game of the Year? Or is it going to be, no, it was released way too soon. No, God of War Ragnarok was better. Like, is this game going to be all hype, no backup? Or will it be the hype and then boom, it's Game of the Year 2022?
I think it's going to be in contention for it. I am going into it with lower standards, and it's not... I just look at it as like, I will never place a game so high on a pedestal that it'll fall for me.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I hold From Software in a very high place of honor because I have not made a game I haven't liked. I like them as a studio. I like the fact of what they do.
Yeah.
I also, at the same time, don't make a mistake a lot of people do and just expect the game to be perfect. I know there's going to be flaws. Every Dark Souls game has a flaw.
Yeah.
You find people who try to say they don't, and those people are dumb and stupid, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Instead, I called you dumb and stupid because you went one up and then you went one down.
Yeah. Dumb
Basically,
and stupid.
it's the fact... Like, it's the fact of... Every single one of those games have been inherently flawed in one way or another. The strengths around it minimize the weakness. Every game has a flaw. You can look at any game in history, and there's a flaw to it, besides, like, the fucking Pong.
Yeah.
Pong is literally, ball go here, ball go here.
And it's just like...
Move thing up, down. There's nothing else in between.
That just goes with anything, though. Like, anything. Movie, book, TV, game. Like, there's going to be some flaw somewhere. Like, nothing is absolutely perfect. It's just like, if you had to put your money on it, then what is that flaw going to be in your mind? Is it going to be something that's super drastic, or are you optimistic enough to think, you know what? If there's anything that gets people annoyed or is a flaw, it could be this. Or is it just a, Ricky, I don't know, I gotta wait and see kind of a thing?
I have one that pops out to me just right away. And the one that does is, I have a feeling that we're going to have the same multiplayer problems that we've had before. Anyone who has ever done online PvP for Dark Souls knows damn well those servers never fucking work. You will fight some motherfucker teleporting around shooting fireballs at you. It is never fun.
So servers day one are going to be trash.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's the whole thing of where it's as well. Like Dark Souls 3 has really good PvP, and the servers work.
Yeah.
That is like 1 in a million chance. But, and maybe that's just my shit internet, but like I've even gone to people's houses that have had good internet and PvP in Dark Souls, and it still lagged like a motherfucker the whole time.
Yeah, I mean...
So I think that's going to be the major thing with it.
The thing I want to throw in there, and I don't mean to cut you off, is the thing that I don't know if I jived with 100% is like, oh, you're multiplayer with this player, and that, like, the other player was like almost a different color, to where it didn't actually look like another player playing with you. It looked like almost like I'm following around a ghost. I'm following around a spirit. More like what games do when it's like, hey, we want to show you what you did last time while you're in it this time, and you follow through. Like, maybe that's because I've never played a Dark Souls game, Soapy, because you're wagging your finger. But to me, it was just like didn't appease me off the mind.
Yeah, and the reason they do that is I remember people have explained it before. So with Dark Souls, they have it to where like there are different covenants you can join, and every covenant looks different when it joins your world.
Okay.
Also, just if someone joins your game regularly, they just appear as like a white or in this case, what it looks like with Elden Ring, like a poop brown color or like an amber.
Okay.
Like, for instance, if someone, like, invades your world, basically meaning they're trying to kill you, they're red. Because the fact of it makes it a lot easier for you to figure out, okay, that is a person. Yeah. By them just slapping a fucking name above it that's like Dick Rider 49.
Good point. Okay, I retract my statement then. I retract it. You're making good points.
Like, that's just the whole reason they've done it. They've always done it with Dark Souls, and it's just so, like, for instance, like, if I join, like, the Sunlight Covenant, I go up to a summoning sign, their summoning sign is different because they're in a different covenant.
Yeah.
Or like, obviously, I think they're probably going to do the same thing in this one.
So that means you can join people's worlds randomly?
Yes and no. So invasions is basically how they handle PvP.
Okay.
So, for instance, I guarantee it's going to be the same fucking thing they do in every Souls game. Where there's a covenant that's just built around being an asshole and invading people. Guarantee it. It's in every fucking Dark Souls game. Dark Souls 3, it was fucking the daughter. I don't remember the group's name, but basically you followed fucking Rosario, and when you killed players, you cut their fucking tongues out. Fucking people that like, I don't remember what the group's called, but it's like something hunters in the first one.
Yeah.
Where like you just invade and like kill other bad hunters. It's like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna get fucking invaded all the time. I'm gonna turn fucking multiplayer off because I don't want fucking Short Dick 55 and his cousin to fucking invade me.
Short Dick 55.
Dude, I just said a lot of dick about this, basically. I got fucking invaded by Dick 44 earlier.
But is there a way you can, like, turn that off to where it's like, I don't want to even do PvP?
You can just turn your game to offline.
Okay. Because, like, for me, I don't even know if I would even touch PvP. Unless it's, like, some way there's, cross-platforming, and it's like, oh, Soapy and I can play together, kind of a thing.
Yeah, so you turn online off, you can't have other people join you still.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying the only way I would turn it on is if, like, we could play together.
Yeah, and then even at that, we'd both get stomped into the ground because some guy named Poppy Sani or whatever would show up and just lag around us and fucking hit us by looking
Tsunami?
at us. Kelly Oubre? Tsunami Poppy. Kelly Oubre would fucking invade us.
Kelly Oubre's invading us.
Yeah, but basically, like, that's always been one of the things that I worry about. And that's kind of the thing I wish they would implement, that you have the option to turn PvP off. I know, sacrilege in the Dark Souls community, guys. I'm sorry. Don't put your fucking pitchforks and great clubs down for, like, 2 seconds, alright? It's the fact of, like, that is one of the things that has always made people really hesitant of going into Dark Souls, because they want to play with their friends. Dark Souls is a fun game to play with your friends, especially when one of them fucks up and you get to make fun of them.
Boy.
But it's also annoying when you get invaded, and that one invader has really shitty internet, and fucking 1v5s everybody, because you can't hit him because he's fucking lagging his ass off the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I think also just another thing as well
Mm-hmm.
of worry a little bit about the item balance.
Okay.
Specifically, so the spells that we kept seeing. Now I said item balance and I go right to magic because I'm a fucking idiot.
Item balance, magic.
Well, the problem is, and this has happened in every Souls game, anyone who's played a Souls game on launch knows a month later those spells are all dog shit.
Yeah.
They start off stupidly good, a month later, dog shit. Worst things you could do in the fucking game. Then they're still really good anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Or like that's the major problem of where like I hope this is the one time they can actually solve that problem. Of where like, oh, like yeah, this spell looks really good and it hits hard. I don't want it to be like, oh, a month and I read a patch note, it's like, hey, we nerfed that spell because Crybaby's got a little too mad that it hit too hard.
Yeah. The Crybaby's got too mad.
Spells have always been the easy mode because it's a fucking automatic hit 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of people hate that spells do a lot of damage, but it's also, if you build your build around a spell, you should probably fucking hit hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. And also just with item balance, I just hope they have it to where, like, not every item feels great, because there are going to be some items just inherently in every game that suck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I at least hope they get it to where it's not just one item that you see all the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, another thing that I actually was going to bring up.
Go ahead. By the way, I'm letting you roll because as people who are new, we do this on Discord. And, like, I'm watching your video, Soapy, and it's like, he stopped talking. Okay, his mouth is still going. Is he going to bring up another point? I don't want to cut him off. I'm just going to wait here awkwardly and have some silence and then see if Soapy's going to bring up another point or not.
Don't worry, though. At some point, the internet should be better. I do have an Electrician coming out finally.
So you said it was all about, like, some jack, right? Some, like, jack in your house?
Yeah, I needed a new outlet.
Yeah.
But this isn't MVP Electronics, so...
MVP. New channel, MVP Electronics, baby. Let's go.
Where you have a person who has no idea what the fuck I have to do, asking someone to do something.
We're not electricians, but we'll tell you what we need to do.
We'll just be like, I'll cover electrician news of like, so this week in an Electrician's Daily.
Here's how you change an outlet with Soapy Muffins.
Soapy Muffins, the master electrician, teaches you how to fix an outlet.
Or is it just
sounds like a fucking electrical fire waiting to happen.
The video is just titled, "Here's how Soapy burnt down his house."
Like, that's basically, it's gonna be like a vlog channel thing. I get to actually clickbait someone with my house burnt down and be like, alright, so I tried to put an outlet in my house.
By the way, I have a GoFundMe now to get me a new house.
It's like, hey, I'm homeless now? You guys got a free couch that I can hang out on for a little bit?
I don't even need it. I don't even need it to be that good. It could just be a couch.
Could be a spring or two sticking out of it. I don't care. I can sleep through pain.
But with Elden Ring, what were you going to bring up?
So obviously, we touched on the boss briefly at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, am I going to be fighting Beyblades this whole fucking game?
Yes, you are. Beyblade City, baby.
I'm not ready for that fucking Beyblade. That took me by surprise. Motherfucker whipped out Booker T's Spinaroonie halfway through the fucking fight.
Soapy, he wants you to kneel. He wants you to kneel to him because he's what, the king of gold?
So he's gonna fucking breakdance on me. He's gonna breakdance in my fucking grave.
Hit him with the
spinner. I don't think I can kneel when you fucking stick my happy ass in your dragon mouth and burn me.
Dude, he's just got disco fever. It's okay. Everyone's got disco fever.
Like, during that fight, I like the fact that, obviously they do in every single, but like a lot of bosses get a cutscene.
Yeah.
And, and I like the fact that, his cutscene, like, it doesn't tell you too much, but, like, it gives a general idea of, like, okay, like, this guy has something to do with dragons.
Yeah.
Because he's praying at a dragon statue, and halfway through the fucking fight, he's got, like, a dragon hanging out of his fucking arm.
Yeah. Oh, my nose.
Yeah, like, that's kind of the thing that I really liked. And as well, hearing Dark Souls boss music, and it not being a fucking song I've heard 50 times through me playing through game again. Oh.
You're talking like the soundtrack may be unique? What?
No, I mean, it's more or less of, like, I'm just saying, like, as a general feeling at that point, like, it's the first time since the last Dark Souls game came out.
Yeah.
There's been Dark Souls music released.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing over, like, with Dark Souls boss music. Granted, I will say, Dark Souls 3 is better music than 1. I will fight anyone on that. Do not test me. Hands are rated E for everyone. Oh.
Did you just say these hands are rated E for everyone?
Yeah, dude, no one's safe. I don't care if the child says it. If I'll throw hands, I don't care.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like, I really hope that you don't... I do like that they keep the aesthetic of, like, how it's, like, the big, loud choir music playing in the background.
Yeah.
Kind of wish
epicness
a little bit...
of it.
I kind of wish they'd experiment with it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine and dandy when it happens.
Yeah.
When you've played 5 games of it, they all start to sound the same.
Mm-hmm.
There's very few ones that every once in a while change. Like Dark Souls 1, Gwyn's music was different than everyone else's. And it's because it was supposed to tell a story with the music.
Yeah.
Like, final music in like Dark Souls 3 is like, it just sounds like every other boss's song. For the most part. And they just put Gwyn's song at the end of it. It's like, oh, cool. Just like, hey, fuck it. Okay, fuck it. Just slap this thing on here. We still got it on the computer, right?
We can reuse that one, right? No one's gonna get mad, right? Ah, sure. Let's reuse it.
Hey, we all loved it. We're all suckers.
It's a banger. It's a banger.
But it is. The song is an absolute banger. But besides absolute bangers aside, I do kind of wish that they would experiment a little bit more with it because the fact of you can tell a lot with music. Like, you can tell a really good story, like, even without telling someone the story. And you can have the song in the background convey the emotion they're supposed to feel.
Yeah.
Fucking Beyblade Jr. over here.
Beyblade Jr.
Fucking Epic Choir works because this motherfucker's spinning around. Watching Pascal C-Scam fucking play... I'm fucking defending Pascal C-Scam in that video.
Oh, man. Oh,
I don't stand a chance against that guy. He's fucking just Beyblading. If I had more than like a space of like that for my wall, I'd start fucking Beyblading right now.
And like for me, last thing I have to say, I don't know how much more. Soapy's like, I could probably talk for hours on this.
Probably could.
Soapy's like, I could probably go for another like half hour on this, but like the thing that I will end with, and we'll end with kind of like expectations of, for me, the reason why I bring into this is what you were just saying with Mr. Beyblade. I cannot, like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about the game when I play it because, like you said, I have never played a Dark Souls game. It may be I get it and I play it and I go, this is not for me. This is not for me. I'm not a Dark Souls guy. And that would be very, 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 very inconvenient. But, like, I hope when I get to these bosses that they feel rewarding. Like, of course, dying over and over and over and over and over is going to get a little upset. I'm not, like, when I say rewarding, I don't mean makes me happy 24/7. I'm meaning when I actually beat it, am I going to feel a sense of reward? Like, oh my God, I finally did that? Or am I going to feel like, oh, fucking finally, like, come on, like, why did you wait? Like, am I going to feel good after finally beating it? Or bad because I didn't really feel like it was a skill thing and it was more of just dumb mechanics and wasting my time. But I hope I do like this game when it comes out because everything around it, the beauty of it, the open world, like, it's got things that I like. It's just that one thing that I feel like might break or make or break the game for me. What are your final expectations? Yours different than mine because you've played a Dark Souls game before.
Yeah, so, my main thing with it is I'm going into this obviously with the expectation it's not going to be a perfect game on launch. No Dark Souls game ever has been. There's going to be problems at launch. Especially, this is the largest project they've made with the Souls games so far.
Yeah.
Also going into it expecting it's not going to be the exact same style of story of Dark Souls, that there's going to be a difference.
Because of George
obviously,
R. R. Martin.
going into this. Also going into this is different than Dark Souls.
Yeah.
As much as I compare it to Dark Souls, like with the fact that they reused animations, which I don't have a problem with. I know there's people who aren't going to like that. But even in that, there's been animations in Dark Souls 1 that are in fucking 3.
Yeah.
Animations from fucking Demon Souls, the original Demon Souls, before they remastered it, that were in Bloodborne. Demon Souls is like a fucking mid-2000s game.
Yeah.
Where it's like, look at it and it's going into the expectations of understanding, I'm expecting this to be Dark Souls, but I'm also looking at it in a way of, I want this to be something different.
Okay.
I don't want this to just feel like Dark Souls when I'm in a different place.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind if it has the same gameplay, because we've already seen gameplay. It looks like the same game. Want it to feel like it's not just lore drain all over again.
Yeah.
I want to feel like I'm in, I forget what the town is called, Bloodborne, and I forget what the place you're at in Demon Souls is called, but like, I don't want it to feel like that again.
Yeah. You want it to be a brand new experience.
And like, once again, I get it. Combat's going to be the same. We've seen it. Cool. Obviously, there's new like things here and there with it. Like, for instance, you can summon spirits. You got that weird fucking dragon head thing that popped out of that one lady's hand.
That weird fucking dragon.
The one guy shot a fucking Kamehameha out of their fucking stupid wand. Like, I want it to feel like in this world instead, I'm not just wanting this to be Dark Souls. I don't want it to be like, oh man, this is like Lordran. Like, I want this to feel different. That was my main thing that I've always said. As much as I will praise Dark Souls 3 is not the best one.
Yeah.
It's because the fact that the whole fucking game is just, hey, remember all this other cool shit we did long ago? Just this shit again? Slightly different. Everyone's like, holy shit, dude!
Yeah.
Like, I don't... It's much, like I said, I mentioned Dark Souls a lot because this is basically... I don't want it to be a reminding me of something better. I want this to basically take my expectations of what I want and to run away with it.
Yeah. You want it to be something new and unique, not feel like something you've played before.
Because I don't want to just have it that, like, I'm just like, oh, hey, it's Lordran for the third time now.
Yeah. Like,
that's the thing.
Hey, this is Dark Souls reskinned with a J.R.R. Martin story.
Like, and that was the thing I liked with Dark Souls 2 compared to Dark Souls 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Picked a different spot. It put you in the middle of bumfuck in a different country. Entirely different lore.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, it was nice to see Lordran again in 3, but it was the fact of it literally was the exact same spots with like one extra place added. It was like, why are we doing this again?
Yeah.
How many times do I have to see Lordran to realize, wow, what a fucking shocker. It's shit.
Yeah.
The whole place is shit. It's gone to shit. It's been shit since I was here the first time. It's still shit now.
It's not going to get any better the longer I stay here.
Yeah, and this time you guys are telling me, hey, time's fucking falling apart, dumbass. Look how bad it is. Like, dude, it wasn't here. It wasn't good the first time I was fucking here.
Oh, man.
Just shittier than it was before. But, like, that's just my whole thing.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have it that... Invoke Dark Souls. Cool. Whatever. You can do shit like that. Whatever you want to do. Whatever floats your boat. I just don't want to have it that I'm sitting here and just, in the end, I'm just like, man, you know? I'd rather play Dark Souls right now. I want to go back and see Gwyn. I want to go and see fucking the Nameless King. Yeah. Which, if you say that, you're a fucking psychopath.
I want to go back.
Like, man, I want to go see the Lord of Cinder. No. I want to have it that it's like, man, you know what? I want to fight Beyblade. I want to fight whatever the fucking final bosses again.
I want these new bosses, not the old ones.
Like, I don't want it to be that these bosses are just reskins. So far, they've made them look like Beyblade looks fucking new.
Like how we're just calling him. That's his name, Beyblade.
I honestly don't even remember what his name is. All I remember was like something golden.
Beyblade. King Beyblade.
Golden Beyblade.
You have to kneel before the Beyblade of King Beyblade.
And he basically hit us with the Beyblade, let it rip. And fucking let it rip.
You know what his name is, Soapy? King Booka. Because he's going to hit you with the spinneroonie.
Basically, it's what he fucking did. But yeah, it's like, I don't want to have it that I'm just fighting a boss. Be like, oh, this reminds me of when I fought Yorm. This reminds me of when I fought
You want it
this.
to feel
like,
unique.
Yeah, like, I don't mind gimmicks and fight. If you want to put gimmicks in there, go ahead.
Yeah.
Please, do. Those are some of the most fun fights. And when you add something that's like, okay, like, you have to do this. Because, like, I bring up the Kushran Greatwood. Kill it. You have to hit a certain spot of its body. There's multiple spots you can hit. Like, okay, cool. You can do shit like that. One has a problem with it.
Yeah.
Just make it to where I don't feel like I'm like, oh, I've seen this exact moveset before. This is the same fucking moveset that Gwyn had in the first game. That was my problem with the end of Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
that when you're fighting the Lord of Cinder, lo and fucking behold, he's using Gwyn's moveset.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm playing Dark Souls 1 again, but it looks better.
But it looks better.
Yeah, but like that's just my whole thing with it. It's just I want them to break away from the mold of Dark Souls. I want to have it that by the end of me playing Elden Ring, that I want to sit there and be like, wow, I'm stupid for comparing this to fucking Dark Souls.
Yeah. No, I get you. And like, I cannot wait to try this game. I cannot wait because for me, mainly, it just looks fucking beautiful. It looks like a great game. I hope it's a fun game in the end. And we've talked for enough, really. Let us know, obviously, what you guys think down below in that comment section. I know myself and Soapy will be replying to you guys in the comment section, keeping this conversation going, because there was probably things that you guys thought of, you guys think that Soapy and I did not think. Remember, I'll do the little whole spiel instead of the little quick hits that I did at the beginning. If you want to converse with the entire MVP Army, MVP family, go ahead, join our Discord today. It is a great community where we're talking sports, entertainment. We got movies, TVs, a gaming channel. We even talk wrestling. So if you like wrestling, we're talking about that as well. You can join that for free down below in the description. If you want to support us, you can check out patreon.com/MVPvids, or you can become a channel member today. Or no, I'm sorry, channel member is for sports. We haven't earned channel members yet on entertainment. So that was something from earlier I'm just used to saying because we're MVP Sports. But MVP Entertainment, the Patreon's down below. Literally same prices that it would be for channel members. And then if you want to keep in tune for everything we're going to be doing here on entertainment, go ahead, hit that sub button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Like, I asked Soapy, okay, how long do you want to talk about this? Because I knew I didn't have a lot to say. Soapy, we're about a 40-minute video right now. You and I can just come on this channel and just talk about anything, and then boom, it's an hour content. Boom, it's about 40-minute content. We don't do short shit here. we don't leave you wanting. We give you too much. What did you say?
There may be some things that we can talk not that long about.
Yeah,
there's got to be something that neither of us care about, like knitting.
Like the Sonic the Hedgehog chili dog. What, the chili dog energy drink? Remember that, Soapy? Remember that?
No, I remember it. That shit's still as nasty as the first time I heard it.
But thank you guys for everything you do. Thank you guys for listening and watching. And as always, have a good day, everybody.
Bye.